So people have asked me to talk a little bit more about the energy of crystals and why it affects us. I actually wrote a book recently on gemstones and the energy of the different gemstones. So why do these crystals affect us, and how do they affect us? Well, we are energy bodies. So if you've studied any kind of Reiki or energy healing, you probably know already that we have an energy field, we have an auric field, and we have chakras, meaning these energy centers that are in certain parts of our body, and these energy centers vibrate at a frequency that will be a frequency for a certain area of our life. So for instance, your higher chakras, like your third eye, is on a higher vibration, and this chakra is going to resonate with your intuition, with your guidance, with your spirit guides, with letting you know in your daily life decisions to make, right? Your lower chakras, your base chakra, is more about old things have happened to you, your family issues that you've had might be stored in there. So, from science, we know we're made of energy, right? I mean, you look at my arm and you think, okay, well, that's physical. You look at this table and you say, okay, well, that's physical. But if you look at science, it actually says that is atoms that are vibrating at such a high speed that actually an atom, the proton and the neutrons, and the distance between the electrons, these are tiny, tiny, tiny particles. And so an atom is 99.9999999% space, and that's what we're made up of. So we're made of almost entirely space with a few particles vibrating at a certain frequency. And that frequency decides if it's an arm, if it's a table, if it's a liquid. So everything is made of energy, and we're made of energy, and that's scientifically proven. We have an energy field, so even though you see my physical body and this is where it stops, we each have an energy field around us. We have an aura, so our energy field comes out probably a couple of feet from our body. If you're very weak, you're going to have a very small energy field, and if you're very strong energetically, you're going to have a bigger aura. But you've got this aura around you that is also part of your body. And so we're made of energy, we're constantly vibrating. And within our own energy field, we have chakras that vibrate at a different rate. So there are 7 main chakras that you've probably heard about, but we have lots of other smaller ones. We have chakras in the palms of our hands and our knees and other places. But the main 7 chakras that we talk about in most of the energy healing, we talk about the 7 chakras from the base chakra. The base chakra is an energy field that's actually going down between your legs and going down like a cone of energy, coming down through your base and going down into the ground. And this is a lower vibration, it's a heavier, lower frequency. And so any issues that we've had from childhood, from issues with our mum or dad when we were young, not now, but from a long time ago, things at school, any of that energy is actually negative energy or positive energy stored in our body. And so that negative energy is actually going to sit inside that chakra. The next chakra up is our sacral chakra. This is just below your belly button. And so what it is you've got like a cone of energy. It's at the center in the middle of your body. It comes out in a cone. Also comes out of the back too. And then it wraps around. So you've got this whole energy field. And it kind of goes in a gradient. So, it comes out here and then it spreads out and they each merge into each other. But this energy that comes out of this area resonates with the energy of relationships, romantic relationships. So if you've got issues from past relationships, romantic relationships, so ex-husbands, boyfriends, anything that you're holding on to. I mean, you have these experiences and the idea is to learn something from it and then just let that go. But if you had a difficult experience and you're still holding on to that energy could be sitting in this chakra. And if it's negative energy, heavy energy that's sitting in your chakra, it's actually going to slow the energy of that chakra down. And that's going to, affect your whole energy system. So that's your sacral chakra. If you move up a little bit to this area here above your belly button, right underneath your diaphragm, this is your solar plexus. The solar plexus comes out here in a nice big cone shape. It's a bright yellow color, and it comes out behind and it wraps all around you. So this solar plexus energy is your confidence area. It's the way other people's energy affect you. But if this is shut down, if this is kind of energetically slowed, there's something, some negative energy in there, it's going to shut down your confidence. It might be that you want to start a business, but you just don't understand why. You're not really getting the business you'd like to have. You know, you're kind of here, but you want to be here, and you don't understand why. Also, if this is shut down, people tend to misunderstand you. So you can get into kind of family arguments about things, and you know, you feel like people don't get you, or you'll say something and they hear something different. So that's often just it's like the expression of you. And if you pick up other people's negative energy, it's going to be this here, this area here. So if you're very psychically sensitive, picking up other people's energy is going to slow that area. Then we move up the heart chakra. The heart chakra is actually, I mean, your heart's on the one side, but your heart chakra is in the center. And it's a cone of energy. It comes out from the middle, comes out from the center of your back, and it wraps all the way around. We have the same chakras on the back and the front and all the way around. And the heart chakra obviously is about the heart. It's about love. So heavy energy that would get in there and slow the heart if you've got a lot of grief, pain, you've got family things that are going on, you know, current things with friends, you know, something with a relative, like you're arguing with your sister, that's going to be in there. If you've got grief and pain or worried about a family member, that's going to sit in your heart chakra. Now, we think of the energy of love as being a pink energy, which it is, but the energy of this particular chakra is an emerald green color. Okay. Then the next chakra up, you've got your throat chakra. The throat chakra is a turquoise color. It comes out of your throat and it comes out of the back of your neck. But it actually is a band, so it's going all the way across your nose, your jaw, this whole area, as well as your neck. So this area of energy governs how you communicate with people. So if you've got a sore throat, you've got teeth, gum problems, jaw problems, this is all to do with your throat chakra. And often when this gets shut down, it's something to do with not being able to express yourself. So you're either in a relationship where you feel like you're constantly put down, can't express yourself. Could be since childhood with your family that don't allow you to express yourself. You're at work, you have problems. And then you'll tend to pick up little problems in that area, like you'll have a lot of colds, a lot of allergies, sinus problems, throat problems, thyroid problems. This is all to do with your throat chakra. And this is beautiful turquoise color. So when that's working really nicely, you get the band of energy coming out the back of your neck. Of course, it's also governing the back side. So any neck pain, anything in the back of your neck is also to do with this throat chakra. And then you've got your third eye chakra. So your third eye is your intuition. And the energy comes out through your third eye. It's actually a deep blue indigo color. It comes out through the third eye and all the way around the front and the back. So your third eye is your psychic abilities, your intuition. But it's also your eyesight too. So it's everything about seeing things that are going on, your physical eyesight, your direction in life. So if that's shut down, if there's something going on with your third eye, then you're going to feel a little bit I'm a little lost. I don't know where I'm going right now. I'm not sure what's happening with my career. You can get worried about things because you're not sure about the future. So that's usually like, I can't see what's going on. And that is a blue indigo color. And so the crown chakra, which comes right up out of your crown and goes up to divine source, this is a purple color. So the crown chakra is your connection to divine. So if this is kind of cut off and you've got issues here, it's going to really shut down your whole body, because really the energy is going to come down through your crown. And if that's not working, it's going to affect everything. Now, did you notice they are rainbow colors? And it is the colors of the rainbow. So you've got the purple at your top, you've got your deep indigo color coming out your third eye, you've got your turquoise color from your throat chakra, your emerald green coming out of your heart chakra, your yellow out of your solar plexus, a deep orange color coming out of your sacral chakra, also out of your lower back. So So if you've got lower back pains also, that's going to be sacral chakra issues. And then your base chakra goes down. So your base chakra and your crown chakra go up and down, and then the other chakras are coming out from the front and around the back. Okay, so this is our energy system. So if we're working correctly, everything should be lit up and everything should be working. But we all get little problems, and we all have issues. You know, when you get to the point where you go, you look back at a problem and you say, okay, this person was horrible to me. They did this and they did that. But you know, I've forgiven them, and I look back, it almost looks like a third party. It doesn't emotionally affect me anymore. Well, then you've probably dealt with it fully. But most of us don't do that. Most of us do hold on to some of this negative energy. And it is a process, and the best thing to do is to spend some time meditating on these issues. And the way you find out if you've got an issue, you say to yourself, okay, start maybe going in your mind, doing a meditation from when you were young and saying, okay, what happened to me that was painful, hurtful, that I didn't like? And, you know, who was involved with that? And how do I feel about that now? And if you can honestly look back and say, well, that happened, that was awful, but I don't feel that energy pull, it doesn't emotionally affect me, then you've resolved it. But if you've still got that emotional pull, if it still kind of irks you, like, yeah, I can't believe they did that, and that was really mean, then you've probably got some bit of a negative energy. And so that energy is sitting in your chakras. Now, it just might be a little bit, which is going to slow your chakra down. Or it could be something that really irks you, is really an issue, keeps coming up over and over, and it actually shuts down those chakras completely. And it shuts down that energy system. And obviously, to do the work, do the processing, and meditate and say to yourself, I had this for a reason. I don't need to have that anymore. I don't need to be affected by that person's energy. That's the best way to do it. So if you have a pendulum is any object on the end of a string. So it could be a piece of string with car keys on the end. This is an actual crystal pendulum for this purpose. You can use these if you're using them in healing or divining, but there's another way you can use them. They can actually see your energy. So we have energy that comes through us, and like I said, we have small chakras that come out of the palms of our hands. Okay, so if I take this pendulum, it's going to act like a magnet, and it's going to show you the energy in the palm of my hand. Okay, so you can just see I've got a nice little circle of energy going there, and that's the pendulum just showing the energy in my hand at rest, which is good. You want to have some energy, because unless you're dead, you do have energy coming out of your hands. But you don't want too much, because then you'll be too kind of hyperactive. When you're doing kind of psychic work or meditation, the energy is going to increase, but you don't want to have that all the time. But when I say that the energy of different objects affects our energy, so if I was to take a crystal, and this is a big whopping crystal here, has a lot of energy. So if you're very energy sensitive, if you take your hand and you put it over the point of the crystal, you might just feel an energy pull. You might just feel that. Or if you stand up and you hold something that's a high energy and you put it against your body, you may feel a pull forward. This is very strong because it's very big. It's a very big, powerful crystal. I definitely feel a pull. I definitely feel that. I also feel kind of a raising of vibration. What you're doing is it's actually increasing your energy. Your energy is getting higher. It's getting up. It's getting lighter. It's getting higher. So you're kind of feeling that energy, feeling that. And what's happening is I've got this. This is a very high vibrational crystal. It's a blessed crystal, so it's got a lot of energy, and I'm holding it in my aura. So as I'm doing, it's just actually clearing out any bits of negative energy that I have. It's kind of lighting up my body. And if I just was to hold that just for a second like that, and I show you, you can see it did actually increase my energy. Right, so that's just by holding that. And I'm going to disconnect that and then go back to rest again. Okay, now, not every crystal has fantastic energy. I mean, most crystals do have really good energy. Some things have not so good energy. So if I was to put my hand on the trash can or an electric socket and then try that again, it would actually drain my energy. And I tested this with my tea because I love English breakfast tea, that's my thing. And that actually drains my energy. So that means that's actually not good for me. So am I going to give up my tea? No, I'm going to probably compensate and just wear a few crystals. So everything that we have, that we wear in our body, if it's in our auric field, it is affecting our energy. So if you're going to be wearing something, let's check and make sure that that is a really good, strong energy for you. So here's a couple of different crystals I have. This one I was showing you earlier. This one's a quartz crystal. So this is a great kind of universal energy holder. You can actually infuse energy into a quartz crystal. So if you do Reiki, you can infuse Reiki. It does hold the energy from where it's from. You can bless it. This is always going to be positive energy. This is a smoky quartz. I love smoky, the dark crystals. I like ones that have got things inside them. Rutilated quartz, the darker quartz. And these are known for absorbing negative energies, especially if you're very psychically sensitive to other people. What I sometimes find in people's energy fields is they've not only got whatever their issues are and their energy that's holding them back. So they might have stuff from their childhood and their argument with their family, but they've also picked up on things from other people, especially those that are in like customer service, hairdressers, therapists, nurses. If you're very psychically sensitive, as you're helping people, what you're also doing is sometimes picking up their issues too. So sometimes in your energy field, you can not only have your own issues, but you can have somebody else's energy issues. So the darker quartz are very protecting to stop you from picking that up and also for clearing that out. Of course, these are a bit big to, make a setting, wire setting, and walk around with that on your neck. That would be pretty protecting, but not very practical. And here's a green obsidian crystal, which is a very healing one. It resonates with the heart chakra. It's the same green color. This is a green obsidian from Brazil, blessed, and so this is also known as a great healing stone. So, how do you decide what piece of jewelry, what kind of crystal would be good for your energy? Okay, well, one of the first things you can do is see what you're automatically attracted to. If you go, oh, this looks really nice to me, I feel drawn to this particular one. You're actually going to be drawn to the particular piece that is going to help your energy. So say in your energy field, your body knows that we have a little bit of relationship stuff. So we've had some kind of crappy relationships in the past, and we haven't completely gotten rid of that. Then that's going to attract you to a piece that's going to resonate with that chakra, right? So they might take you to a Siberian gold piece, which is the same color. Often it's the same color as the chakra. Relationships, because relationships have a lot to do with love and your perception of love, the color of love is pink. So this is one of my favorite stones. This is called a ruby lavender. Unfortunately, there's only a little bit left of this actual gemstone, and I only have a few pieces of this actual stone that is left. So this is one of the best relationship stones. So we're talking about the color of the stone, not the cut. That's the ruby lavender stone. And here is a ruby lavender stone with a bahia blue. So the bahia blue would help with the energy of the throat chakra. That's the turquoise colored throat chakra. That's to do with communication. And the ruby lavender would help with the relationship. So this stone is actually doing two different things, because you've got the bahia blue, which is helping with the throat chakra communication, which might, of course, be the issue to do with the relationships, not speaking, not communicating, and the ruby lavender, which is directly for this sacral chakra. So say that was where my energy issues were. Those were my main blocks. Now we all have several. So say those were the main things I'm dealing with right now. I may well be attracted to this. I may look at that and say, oh, I really like that one. I'm really attracted to that one. Here's another one that has a throat chakra. This is a big flower of life on the bottom, and then a small arugula lavender. So I might be attracted to that one. So your energy is automatically going to pull you to the ones that are good for you. And that applies whether it's in person or whether you see something in a photograph or online. You might say, oh, that really appeals to me. Now, if it's in person, you can pick it up and you can say, okay, this one here. Now, this is the smoky quartz. Remember I was saying earlier, the smoky quartz is specifically for protection. This is also a Vogel cut, which I'm going to go into in a little bit. And this is also, it's got a nice little blue one on top, which is for the throat chakra. So if you're in person, you can pick it up. You can hold it in your energy field, anywhere inside your energy field. And just close your eyes, just so you can tune into your body and say, is this the right one for me? And that's a nice pull, means that's good for you. Very rarely is something going to push back and say no, because obviously these are all nice high-end crystals. Something that's really negative for you is going to push you back. So you want to see, is it a strong pull forward or just a little pull forward? So if you don't have it in person, you're looking at a picture, you can say, okay, is this one I'm looking at a good one for me? And hold that picture in your mind and see if you feel that pull. Now, we were looking at the energy out of your palms. So here is the energy in my palm. Right? So you can see I've got a little bit of energy to start with. And you'll see people going around and they'll say, okay, is this a good crystal for me? And they'll put the pendulum over the item and they'll say, oh, wow, that's got a lot of energy. Right? That piece has a lot of energy, but is that piece the best one for you, right? If you put it over these pieces, you'll see that a lot of them have a lot of high energy. You know, almost all of them are going to test with the pendulum really high energy. But is that one going to be the best piece for my energy? So what you want to do is, again, if you have it in person, you can hold it. If not, you're just going to concentrate, hold it in your mind. I'm going to say, is this a good piece for me? Hold it in your aura if you can. You could even wear it. I can hold it just for a couple of minutes and it should give me that increase in energy. Okay, that's a big increase of energy. So that's a really, really good one. Okay, and this one is, the one that I just tested was the Bahia Blue, which is about communication. And, you know, clearly that's what I'm doing right now. So this is also great if you want to write a book, get into public speaking, or if it's just communication with your loved ones, you want a better communication. Now let's try another one. So if I test my energy on this one, which is more of a heart chakra, so that's good. It's definitely a powerful energy, but it's not as good as this one for me. So for me right now, what I need in my energy field is more of the communication. It's saying that my heart definitely helps, but it's not, this is the one that would be better for me. So you want to test what is for you. So if you know what your main issues are coming in, you might say, okay, I'm really having a problem at work right now. I'm really having a problem with finances right now. I'm really having a problem with this relationship that is really bothering me. I want to meet my twin flame. So if you have a purpose, then we can go and we can look for a piece that's going to resonate. And you've got a clue already because you know what part of your body it's going to resonate. You have a good idea of what the color is, and we'll go a little deeper into that. Okay, so I want to introduce you to this particular cut. This particular cut is called a Vogel cut. Now, Dr. Vogel was a scientist. He worked for IBM in the 1980s. He actually invented the LED screens for TVs, and he worked a lot with crystals. He actually did experiments and showed that quartz crystals did have energy and could actually move things. It was quite mind-blowing technology at the time. And when you think of Vogel and his main crystal, you often think of this. This is a Vogel crystal. It's a crystal with many, many facets. Has to be at least 9 facets. And it's very precision cut. Okay, this one happens to have 27 different cuts. And this one is from one of the original John of God beds. So Dr. Vogel actually created a light bed with these Vogel crystals with a light going through each chakra. So there were 7 Vogel crystals for the 7 colored chakras with a colored light going through each one. And then these chakras would be lined up with the body and they would send the colored light through. So if you had a Vogel crystal over the top of your crown, it would be purple. Then the third eye, blue. Then the throat, turquoise, then the heart, green, and then yellow, orange, and red. And so the lights were sent through these Vogel crystals, and he has all kinds of other exercises he did with these for meditation. And if you're interested, you can learn about the Vogel crystal. So that's the original Vogel crystal. But Dr. Vogel also invented this particular cut. All right, it looks like a triangle, but if you look closely, it's actually 2 triangles. There's one that is facing upwards, and that's the male side. And if you were to turn it around, there's one facing downwards, which is the female side. Now, he made this cut to protect specifically from EMFs, negative energy, and he believed in psychic negative energy. And he actually would not go out of the house without wearing one of these Vogels. Now, that's actually got another crystal on top of it. So here's a plain Vogel, okay? It doesn't have another stone on top. It's just a plain triangle. It's got inside the main triangle, there's 2 precision cuts. There's a cut that goes up, which is the male, and then there's a cut on the other side which goes down, which is the female. And so it makes an actual Star of David, okay? And so some of these pieces have additional stones on top of the Vogel. So the Vogel, this is the invention by Dr. Vogel, and then there's another piece on top. So pairing pieces together, what you're doing is you're multiplying the energy. So you're not just got the energy of both pieces, they actually multiply each other's energy. So this is also a multiplier, right? So here you've got a kunzite, very wonderful for relationships. And then you've got the Vogel. And Vogel invented this specifically for protection from negative energy. So from the harmful rays, from EMFs, but also negative psychic energies, okay? So if you were to wear your piece, the normal way it would be worn, which is this way around, with the male precision cut inside facing up. So the triangle is facing up. This is protection. This is to stop. It gives up like an energy barrier where it doesn't allow negative energy to come to you, okay? But if you were to wear it the other way, it's actually a triangle facing down. That's the female energy, and that's actually absorbing. So the only time you'd want to really absorb energy is maybe if you're standing in front of the Dalai Lama, or you're at some, really powerful high energy place, you might want to absorb that. So if you remember that wearing it the normal way is the male side, that's for protection. And you think about it, male, very protecting energy. And the female side, females, we suck in energy. So this is about sucking in energy. Most of the time, these will be worn for protection. So the Vogel cut itself is fantastic as a protection tool. And then you can add in whatever crystal is going to resonate with you. So if you are looking for more heart strengthening, you might want to go with a green stone. an emerald, a Siberian green. If you are looking for the third eye, now the third eye, you're going to choose either a blue color, a deep blue, or the purple, because that's connecting the crown. So this will be connecting your crown chakra, but it's also going to work for the third eye. Also, amethyst and Siberian purple, these are stones that resonate with the Egyptian guides. So if you happen to love Egypt, have some kind of connection with Egypt, you probably had a past life there, maybe you've got guides or Egyptian. If you love the color purple, probably have that connection. So you may well be attracted to the purple stone because of your Egyptian connection, which is really good. That would give you more intuition. Here is a Bahia blue for communication. It's the Vogel for protection, but it's also it's the smoky quartz. And this is a smoky quartz with inclusions, meaning it has little inclusions, usually pieces of black tourmaline. This is black tourmaline. And so you have little pieces inside the crystal, and that's even more protective. So this is a highly protective stone. And with a very, very powerful Bahia, that's for the throat chakra. So I love the Dr. Vogel stones for protection. There's also another cut, and that's a magician cut. Now, a magician cut is actually a double Vogel. And so the magician cut was invented by one of Dr. Vogel's students, and it's a double Vogel. And this one really brings in your powers. So this is great if you want to bring in your wisdom, your powers, your psychic abilities, your soul purpose. This is about kind of getting to where you want to be in life, getting on your path, and bringing in all those abilities from many, many lifetimes and really getting into your soul purpose. So this is especially good if you're feeling kind of a bit lost, you're not really sure where you're going, you're not sure what your soul purpose is, you don't feel like you've got enough kind of drive. This is really great for bringing that out. And then again, you can choose the stone. This is a plain quartz. Quartz, if you're not sure what to get, quartz is always a wonderful, wonderful stone. But there are other ones. So here I've got nice. This is Tanzine aura. This is great for the third eye. The lighter color can also help you with the throat chakra. Tanzine aura is actually a clear quartz, a natural clear quartz, and then it's covered with a platinum infusion. So the platinum part of it is made in a lab. So it's a natural quartz, and then it's colored. Here is a magician, same cut. This is a citrine. Citrines can be really a bright gold, or they can be a little darker. It's kind of your own preference. Citrine it's going to be your confidence area, that solar plexus. So it's great for like bringing out your business, bringing out your luck, getting known in the world. But citrine is known as a manifesting stone. So if you've got financial issues, this is a great one just to like boost your finances. I think the one I'm wearing is a very dark citrine. I have another cut here. This is also a citrine. This cut is called Radiant Hearts. And Radiant Hearts, if you look under a microscope, it's actually 100 tiny little cuts, and each one of those cuts is a heart. So within this circle here are 100 different tiny little heart cuts that you can see under a microscope. So this is specifically for love. This very much resonates with love, and that could be romantic love, that could be, family love. And then this one happens to have the citrine, which is the great manifesting, creating abundance. And then it has it's just a single quartz on top. That's going to just really emphasize and propel all the energy of the whole thing. Most of these points here, these crystals, are cut from the points of the crystal, because the point of the crystal is really where most of the energy is going. So they cut the point off the top, because that's where really all the power is. What else? I've got some other cuts too that are very nice. This is the supernova trillion cut. So this is a really, powerful, energizing, makes a nice statement. Sometimes the clear quartz is a nice stone to have because you can kind of pretty much wear this anywhere. It looks dressy, but you can also, wear it where you don't have to be, when you're wearing jeans and t-shirt. This could also go with something like that. Men can wear this jewelry, and I find that my men usually like the ones that are either the magician stone, purple, blue, or green. These are definitely it's a nice, powerful cut. The purple is going to be for more intuition. So sometimes ladies will ask me, well, what shall I buy? What's good for my boyfriend? I'd like to get him something for his energy. Well, you're going to have more intimate, intuitive conversations if they're wearing the purple. Purple connects them to the divine source. It brings out their passions from previous lives, their abilities. The blue with very strong third eye. So you're going to get very honest, direct communication. And the green, if I have a green one, I'm not sure if I have green. It's the same green as this, but in the magician cut. And the green one is a heart opening. So this Tibetan green, again, is unfortunately another stone that is going out. The Tibetan green comes from the riverbanks in Tibet. So it's very rare. I had a piece of this gemstone, had it cut, but there's very little left. I have a couple of other pieces cut. This is my massive manifest. This is just purely Tibetan green. So unfortunately, once these have gone, they're all gone. So this is a powerful one for not only heart opening, but also for manifesting. So if you're looking for manifesting, particularly abundance, money, you can look at either citrine or the Tibetan green or the Siberian green. But this is my massive manifest, I call this one, because it's a really powerful one for abundance. And the flower of life. Flower of life is bringing you into your special gifts. So, this is really going to help to bring you on your soul purpose. Flower of life is a, very special cut. So the actual cut, the design, is the flower of life. And this particular stone is a tanzine aura. It's a very light looking one. So that will be good for the throat chakra, for communication. The rose quartz. Rose quartz is a more gentle love. So this would be for family love. So this might be a nice gift for mom or a sister or for self-love. I also have a little bit of morganite. Morganite is quite an expensive stone. It was actually discovered here in California by J.P. Morgan. And it looks a little bit like the rose quartz, but that's really, really powerful for bringing you into your self-love. Let's see. And the garnet's this bright red stone here. That's really great for energy, strength, blood issues. So what I get a lot of is people talk about, well, I've got family issues. So, I still got an issue with, the way my dad treated me when I was young. And so, I'd like something to strengthen that. So for that, you're going to look for a deeper stone. You're going to look for like a deep purple stone, will probably work really well. Or a protection stone, like a smoky quartz. Anything that's a kind of a deeper, heavier vibration. And again, if you're not really sure, if you've got the piece, you hold it and test it. Or if you don't have the piece, you just hold it in your mind and test it. Another way you can test it is to muscle test. So if you've ever done muscle testing, what you do to check it yes or no is you put your fingers together, you clasp your fingers together, and you hold them tight. And you can do yes, no answers. So you can say, is my name Gail? And no matter what I pull, that's tight. Is my name Debbie? and it will come apart, right? So you can say, you want to ask a yes/no question. Would this be a really good, let's say, would this be a really good stone for the base chakra? Solid. Would this be a really good stone for the third eye? No. So you can also muscle test and say, would this be a good stone for what I want? You can ask, is this is something I'm interested in? Would this be a good stone for me? Okay, so the way you test, you can test your energy, testing your energy at rest. Then imagining the piece or holding it and then testing it again, or you can do the muscle testing, or you can stand up and you can do that. Is this the right piece for me? Hold that piece in your mind and see if you get a pull. So those are all ways to choose it. And of course, you've kind of got an idea as to what kind of color or shape you might be going for. And then, most importantly is, what are you drawn to? Because your body knows. When you look at something, you say, oh, wow, that really stands out to me. That means that your body's saying, oh, yeah, that would be really great energy for me. And test the things that you have at home. If you're wearing something at home and you'll say, is this a good one for me tonight? I'm going out to my appointment tonight. Is this the best one for me to wear tonight? Or is this better? And hold the one or the other and say, which one is best for me to wear tonight? I actually have a whole collection of these. I fell in love with these. My friend Digby introduced me to this energy jewelry, and I got 1 or 2 pieces, and then I just fell in love with it. But it might not always go with your outfit, right? So let's say today I wanted to wear this outfit, and I wanted the energy of this one. But I didn't think it went with my dress that night. So what I do, which is kind of a little secret that I have of myself, I don't like to wear 2 chains because I think that looks kind of messy when you've got 2 or 3 chains. But what I'll do is I'll take my chain and I'll take the other piece that I want to wear. I want the energy in my field, but I don't want it showing. And so I'll take the piece and I'll actually put it on the same chain. So now I've got 2 on the same chain. So I'm going to put 2 on 1 chain. So I'm actually going to display the one I want to display on the front of my neck and the other one on the back. Now, if you want, you can actually put a knot on the chain on the one on the back so it never falls to the front. But just to show you, I'm just going to show you how I do 2 here. So I would put the one on the front that I think grows with my dress. And then I would have another one here on the back of my neck, covered by my hair, with the energy that I want. So I actually have 2. I've seen people with 2 or 3. And sometimes people, if I've had my hair up or something, people have seen that at the back and they've said, oh, what a beautiful idea. I didn't know you could wear jewelry like that at the back. So it actually started another fashion. But it wasn't really about showing it on the front and the back. It was actually having the energy in your energy field. You could, of course, put it in your pocket. Your handbag you're going to put down, so you're going to not have that energy all the time. So you want to have it in your aura. It doesn't really matter where on your body. I mean, if you have a nice throat chakra one and you're working on your throat chakra, you might want to wear a bit of a higher chain and have it a little closer to your throat chakra. But in general, if you just have it in your aura, you're just wearing it in your auric field, it is going to affect your energy. If you like to wear earrings, they're going to be in your energy field. I have some beautiful Tibetan blue crystals here, and of course if you're wearing those in your ears, you're wearing them actually in your throat chakra, because remember your throat chakra is actually your ears, your nose, your mouth, and your throat as well, and your neck. So that would, if you're wearing your earrings, they're actually in that energy field. But as long as you're wearing it, whether it's a bracelet, earrings, a pendant, or even a crystal in your pocket, you're actually getting that energy in your energy field and is affecting it. So is it fixing everything? No, not really, but maybe it's kind of cheating. It's making it a little easier. So say you've got a relationship issue, and I'm going to see if I can get a volunteer in a minute, but I'll show you a little bit on mine, okay? So let's say I've got a bit of an old relationship issue. I see it's not moving as nicely as it should be, to be honest, right? So there might be a little bit there, right? And if I was to take a nice, really strong relationship stone, and I'm just going to put that in my aura, just going to put that right there, and see how that affects my energy. And that makes that energy stronger, right? And you'll see if I move away from that energy, it's gone away. If I come back, get back in that energy field, it's going to increase the energy. So what's happening? Is it fixing those issues? Are those issues going away? Well, not really, but it's helping. It's helping to soften that energy. It's helping to, we develop cords, negative cords with people and heavy energy. And when you get a high vibrational crystal, you're lifting that energy. So it's releasing that. Sometimes when it's so difficult and you're in the situation, it's kind of hard to, look at the situation, and it's hard to forgive somebody and to release that situation. So this kind of helps you lift your energy, gives you a little bit of a breather, makes you feel better, makes you stronger. But you still really need to do the work in the end. You still really need to do your meditation and do your forgiveness, but this definitely helps. And what I recommend is that if you find something that's working for your energy, wear it for a few weeks. Like, just keep it in your aura. If you don't like to wear it when you're asleep, then just put it under your pillow and just keep it in your energy field. Because what's happening is it's strengthening and it's making those chakras stronger, and so that's going to be easier. So if you just wear something for a minute, you'll get the energy vibration for a few minutes, but then when you take it off, it's going to go back to exactly where you were. So you want to wear it for a while until your energy gets stronger, and then you're at the point where then you can take it off when you need to take it off. Now let me see if I can just get a volunteer. So I've enrolled my mum to be a volunteer here. So I'm just going to show you how the chakras work, right? So the crown chakra, there's the energy coming in from the crown. That's nice and strong. You see how the pendulum's rotating to look at the energy. And then we come down to the third eye. Yeah, you see, I was hoping these were a bit shut down, but they're actually quite good. They're quite powerful. And then throat chakra. Okay, now that's a little bit stuck. The throat chakra's a little bit stuck. So, my mum's a little bit shy. She might be a bit more confident about being on the camera when we open that up. The heart chakra's pretty good. The solar plexus is a bit shut down. Solar plexus gets shut down when you're taking on other people's energy. So we're looking at the throat chakra and a little bit the solar plexus, okay? So let's see, I find a perfect one for her. So here's the Bahia blue, that's a really good throat chakra one. And then we've got the Vogel, which is really great for protecting, clearing out other people's energy. And the smoky quartz, that's all protection. So this should really fix both the throat chakra and the solar plexus. So if you just was to hold that in your hand, it's just in your energy field for a minute. Okay, see how much stronger that energy is right there on the throat chakra, right? Really strong. And down here on the solar plexus, the energy's there stronger. Now, if I was to take this away, a solar plexus gets a little less strong, and the throat chakra a little less strong. Put it back again. Opens up the throat chakra. Opens up the solar plexus. So you see how that made those two chakras stronger just by having that in her energy field. But as soon as I took it away, it doesn't stay. So she'd have to wear it for a little while just to get that energy in her energy field. And her third eye is pretty strong, but let's test her with a nice third eye one. So this is a nice blue third eye one. So if I show them just beforehand again, And your chakras can vibrate either way. They can go round clockwise or anti-clockwise. It doesn't matter as long as they are going round. When they're just jumping up and down or going backwards and forwards, they're not standing there, that's when your energy is stuck. Okay, so it's stronger. I mean, it was already strong before, really strong now. So if you were doing some kind of meditation, you're working on your intuition, that kind of thing, that would be definitely a deep blue stone. Or the purple stones would also work. The purple stones would probably work just as well. Try that one. Let's see if that works just as well. And for you, I like the blue one better. Right, so it depends on your personal energy. That was still strong, but the blue one was even stronger. So it might be, you know. And then if I was to say to you, which one do you like? Which of those which do you like? Which are you most drawn to?
I like the blue one.
You like the blue one, yeah, because you're more drawn to the blue one. Because it's helping your energy better. So like I said, you're going to be drawn to the ones that you like. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So people often ask me, how do I take care of my crystals? And you'll read online that people will say, cleanse them every 21 days, which is great. These ones are very, very high energy, precision cut, so they actually don't need clearing, but there's definitely nothing wrong with doing that. So every 21 days, you want to give them a cleansing, at least every 21 days. You can do it more often. They love being out under a full moon. That's very cleansing. So if there happens to be a full moon coming up, put all your crystals, put them outside where they can see the full moon. Another good trick is to put them in salt, like the Himalayan salt, and you can bury them in a bowl of dry salt, or you can put them in a bowl of salt water, but you want to cover them, especially the tops. Make sure the tops are covered. If you really don't have any of those things, you can put them in running water. I happen to have a stream on the ranch, and so I'll put them in the stream. But if you really don't have anything, just put them under the faucet and clear them off. Now, if you're really working with clients a lot, picking up a lot of negative energy, so say you have a piece, particularly a protection piece, and you're working with clients and they've got a lot of issues, you might want to cleanse them off more often. So you can either do the salt, sage. You light your sage, you get it burning so that there's smoke coming off, and then you'll smudge it. You'll just put the smoke over the points of the crystals, and that's another great way of cleansing. That's the Native American way of cleansing. I also have some spray that includes sage and other things. This is great if you're in a place where you can't really be lighting anything. It's something you can just carry in your handbag or your pocket. And if you feel like, oh yeah, I've had a lot of stuff going on today, just give yourself a quick little squirt with your crystal spray, and that's a great little cleanse. And that's got a mixture of different cleansing herbs, sweetgrass, sage, blessed water, and so that usually will just cleanse it off. But as I say, these really high energy pieces, you don't really need to do that. So there's the cleansing. Also, I hear about charging. Charging and cleansing are different. So to cleanse them, we look at the moon, and to charge them, the sunlight. So if it's a nice sunny day and you want to put your crystals out in the sunlight, that's also a great way to charge them. If you do Reiki or anything like that, definitely charge them. If you're going anywhere really special in the world, you're going to Sedona vortexes, you're going to, a very powerful sage or healer, absolutely bless them. They only, keep the positive energy, and they will take the negative energy and it will disappear. Sometimes they might change colours, especially the clear ones. It might start out completely clear, and then you may see little things appearing inside them. That's actually a good sign. It's a good sign they're working. And sometimes they just disappear on you. Sometimes you can't find your pendulum or your pendant, and it might be that they've just done the work. And so you might not find them, but they may show up later on if you're supposed to have them. So they are like beings. John of God told me that they are living beings. And so treat them like living beings. Take care of them, talk to them sometimes, bless them, thank them, and love them.